Way. We will see Astralis starting on that CT side. Liquid towards the banana to begin the round, and we're underway for the grand finals of the iBUYPOWER Masters 2019.
Yeah, brought to you by Toyota and Microsoft, of course. The crowd already behind Liquid right now. Astralis to the CT side. Magisk took an early shot. 16 HP. What a beautiful pop flash to start things off. 3 kills the way of Astralis. They have already set things up. Twist is only going to get a little bit of a consolation prize. There are wounded players for Astralis, but it might just be too little. The bomb's been forfeit over, and Astralis will start to set up shop. The 2 players fall back off of this, giving Naf control of the bomb if he so chooses. He overshoots it, but here they come from behind as well. This Molotov is just like a parting gift. Oh, they'll finish the job of what they started. 3 players holding on to that armor as well, as Liquid are going to have to yield for this second round, I believe, as well.
What a great pop flash towards that banana, Dallas. Just coming right out of the gates. Astralis with that little bit of aggression, not flying down banana, taking their time. They time a pop flash just in great fashion, catching the Liquid guys. 2 players blind. They're able to pick up 2 very easy kills to start the round. The third rolls in as well. And Astralis are going to start this one off 1-0.
We kind of saw this as well when Astralis was playing against Ghost. Astralis was into this form of, they never really gave Ghost any setup, and they would push against them aggressively on their CT side and not allow them any kind of comfort whatsoever. Double Molotov into banana, and again, the crowd right behind him. I love this. Great nade to start things off. That'll assist massively for the pistols that are in play. You have 4 Deagles and a single CZ. No armors backed up in here, though, so the aim punch is going to be real. Liquid have secured mid as they start to slough off that slight hold. 1-for-1 trade. That's actually a favorable trade. They've upgraded themselves at least to a fully automatic weapon. It's a UMP, but Zipnix is going to start to zip up banana, leaving only Stewie left. And he is disconnected from that effort that was at banana.
Yeah, fairly simple round for Astralis. The pistols are in the Liquid's hands, but Astralis with those SMGs in tow, able to very easily clean up that banana. Great aggression to start the round off. And now it is on to Stewie, the new joiner to the Liquid squad. What can he find in efforts to make? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that aim punch was too much, and he was just looking for kills at that point. He knew that that bomb had been camped up. I mean, there was a campfire and tents and everything else. There's no way he's going back there. So he's looking to see if he could find any kind of straggler and keep Astralis within arm's reach moving ahead into the future rounds. This round especially so, which is where they should be able to get their AKs and play. Their utility will suffer. Yep. Oh, no, that's right. They just bought Deagles, heavily so.
Exactly. So the pistols are going to keep them onto another save right now. Stewie is going to throw armor on his back. Naf grabbing some head armor, and HE as well. I expect more of the same out of Team Liquid. But Stewie catching those nades. He's going to go down. Elish falls as well. And right off the bat, we're into a 5-on-2. Oh! Naf with the TK onto Twist. A rough start to the game for Team Liquid.
Little rip. I mean, double little force buy nets them only this 1 extra kill on this round as well. Device falls. Astralis will climb their way up to a swift 3-0, and they will maintain quite a few SMGs into this round as well. So there's finally going to be an instance where they're behind if they hold on to those SMGs when it comes to the firepower. So Liquid look to tally up their first round onto the board here and now. And the Kriegs are in force.
All right, looking at this round right now, we are going to see a couple UMPs stay on the side of Astralis here. Plenty of utility on the Liquid side as well, so they're going to have no problem taking that banana control, taking the mid control. Nice little Molotov from Stewie towards the car is going to keep the CTs from aggressing very early on here, but just looks like Liquid want to begin this round with a slow default.
Yeah, Astralis, their default was actually to initially stiffen up that B defense with 3 players and then start to rotate off. Device initially helped out B with his off, and that's really the deciding factor. That's the difference maker in this round for Astralis, is having that one-shot kill potential at range into the center of mass. He is posted up now for this A site as Liquid look to take some kind of skirmish one way or another. They've, of course, left the bomb well back towards T-spawn, so they're not indicating one way or another, even to themselves, what they want to do. So they'll throw some smokes, it looks like, to try and shift Astralis off of their defensive positions, try and get them in an uncomfortable spot. Device does chime in with that first frag, that difference maker, that big green gun, and Glaive is going to be on the receiving end, as now that op has turned Team Liquid to the tide of the B site.
Yeah, now as they do get spotted, Glaive spots them out. He's going to fall back, just drop a very quick flash. There's 40 seconds left on the clock here, Dallas, and Glaive still has a smoke grenade in his pocket. So he's going to go ahead and drop that momentarily here, and that's just going to force Liquid now to execute through the smoke and make this very difficult for them to actually attack the bomb site.
Clock's ticking. Looks like Astralis are going to go for a little bit of a late boost up to the planters. The bomb is actually first. That being Stewie, that grenade actually struck true. The Glaive is going to line up two. He'll take them both down. It's a favorable trade, especially with only 12 seconds left on the clock. There's almost no way that Astralis dropped this round, and from the upper ropes, looks like Zipnik's jumped from that one but fell, and it is 3 surviving for Astralis as they are able to get past that first hurdle of the rifle round from Liquid.
Yeah, it was a solid round out of Astralis. Their device towards that lane side opens up the round with that quick pick towards that boiler area. Falling off from there, we do see the B hits start to develop for Liquid, but because of that smoke that Glaive drops in front of the entrance, 30 seconds left, Liquid has to force it. Man, at that point, well, it's just like shooting fish in a barrel.
It is. Device, he did get a little bit stopped by the archway, so he wasn't able to get a very quick peek into mid. He'll fall back. He was being supported there by Dupree.
Ooh.
Nice, great. Oh, he's burning all over the place. He's still not safe.
Oh, he's not
he
gonna
will
make
burn
it.
100 to 0, and he didn't even recognize it. He was blinded to the fact as well. Excellent utility usage from Astralis, and it looks like they'll even continue to force their way down here and assert dominance, swapping possibly over to the rifle here. It would alert Liquid to his presence if he drops this rifle to exchange, but Astralis gobbling up little pieces of the real estate every second.
As we do see Liquid now moving into Banana. Glaive picking up one. He's going to get traded out by Nap. That UMP coming to play here.
Still a fantastic trade for Glaive, though. He got 1 and 9/10 of the next one as well. That's just finished the job. They don't recognize that that was bomb.
Jeez.
But someone's going to have to go back and get that one.
And unfortunately, our monitor feed has gone black, so we're actually not seeing. We're going to watch the screen, and we're back, Dallas.
Now we are.
Our monitor feed is back, and it does look like Liquid right now in this 2-on-3 are going to slow down the round. The bomb is going to regroup now towards this middle area, as Astralis have fallen into a passive setup, and they're going to allow Liquid to take whatever they want.
Well, yeah, at least going to have the advantage that Astralis split their defense. 2v2 as it stands now at this site. Nitro leads the way, Dupree in the graveyard, and he is just waiting reactionary. And he can do this because look at the clock. There's 12 seconds left. Just wait for that bomb plant noise and then stand up. Surprise Jack in the Box. No way for Nitro to be able to win this one. And a 5th rapidly for Astralis as Liquid expend the clock and expend their lives.
Unfortunately, losing a leash towards that early Banana push from Astralis there. The Molotov taking him down, and then we do see the another kill go on to Nap through that smoke. Liquid, they're pretty much in that 2-on-3, time winding down, not really much going on for them. By the time they make it to the site, like you said, Dallas, only 10 seconds left on the clock, and at that point, well, the round's pretty much over for them.
Yeah, Liquid might want to take a little bit faster approach to some of these rounds. They've been playing for picks, but it hasn't been playing to their favor. The grenade usage as well over towards the Banana side is solid, as is tradition for Astralis. They'll pick up 1 frag against Nitro and continue to rain grenades off the skybox and down into the top of Banana. Liquid have seldom even had a look at an Astralis player so far, just doing a little bit of chip damage to Glaive. That's it. Another volley comes into top Banana. Rifle rounds will secure the kills. And at 6 HP, Glaive still stands. He does fall, and Naf actually got the kill just prior to that as well. It got moderately expensive with potential of being even more so for Astralis, but they'll just push him off to the side. 6th round.
Dupree there with pretty much an early rotate over towards the Banana area. Astralis had 3 people there pretty much almost instantaneously towards the Banana. And they're going to pick up a fairly easy round here. I really like that re-aggression from them. After Liquid go up and take that car area, we're going to see the nades come down. We're going to see the molly. Allows them to push back out towards the Banana. They're going to pick up a few more Liquid players trying to re-aggress.
Yeah, to speak of that utility usage in Banana, we've seen a couple different setups. We've seen full immolation all the way down the length of Banana, and we've seen, I think, Elige burned alive at that one point. We've seen a couple different instances as well where I told DJ to get a shot like this in this matchup. So when you're inside the chicken, it looks silly. But the grenades come down. They'll throw mollies deep and then get them to come up to those cars, and they'll bank the grenades down at the car. I mean, those grenades damage just makes so much difference, especially when you're at the CT side. I know the AUG is starting to find some favor. It's got a little bit more damage, but you need those grenades to get that first 10 damage to make the M4s lethal.
Nice little nade onto Zipex right there. Team Liquid now moving up towards this banana area. Only Stewie really leading this charge here. We are going to see the re-aggression from Astralis.
Molly's come in. That was a deep one too. Glaive will eat some of that one. It's not the usual artillery strike from Astralis into banana this time. Liquid get up. They at least show presence, and then they fall back. But it's an interesting defensive setup for the A site, which looks to be challenged this time. It's actually aggressive through the halls. Magisk is here. He turns and wins this fight by ducking under Nitro's field of view. And now the crossfire setup. Elige was looking up the stairs through Boiler, and he falls. Quickly, though, with Dupree being here, we'll shift back over towards the Arch side, and Astralis are really seldom even scratched on this A site right now. They're even able to relocate themselves. So Liquid losing 2 players on entry there, still don't know what this site looks like.
Yeah, unfortunately for Liquid, they're nobody really able to trade any of those kills. So we're going to see Astralis pick up 1, then 2, Device and Magisk respectively, and they're just going to fall off. Like you said, resetting their positions. Liquid have no idea where they went now. They're going to favor that B bomb site. And with 30 seconds left, they're hard-pressed once again to take it.
And they keep just going back and forth and back and forth. Now back towards B. At least there are fewer players here. Zipnik's up top. Nicely traded by Twist and Naf. Dupree at range, but the bomb's not going to be stopped. Excellent shooting from Naf. That's going to be at least evened out. The first time Liquid have actually had an honest look at a round. Astralis have a decent amount of cash in their bank account, but saving is not seeming to be an option right now. They will start to at least march their way forward. It's going to be 2 1v1s essentially on approach. Naf peeks out. He'll lose that first fight, leaving it all up to Twist. Pops off after he spots a shoulder. Hopefully the time can be in his favor soon. He actually sees that CZ firing. Excellently played by Twist. He knew that that was a bait. Now he takes the next fight and wins it as well. Twist, the intelligence to recognize that Device was merely playing decoy.
And even the risk he took, he turns his back to Device there in that situation. And Magisk, well, he's going to get caught throwing a nade towards that back halls area. Device now has to make the play with the CZ. And you know what? Twist absolutely punishes him for it. Liquid are on the board, folks.
That was it. You got to start somewhere. It is a really rough way to win a round with 1 surviving. That does put you in a potential of a eco reset into a double eco round yourself, with a lot of pistols coming ahead. So they desperately need to win this next round, and I would say upgrade some of the weaker rifles that they'll have in this round into the AKs that they would hopefully be able to steal. The ops are even questionable. I mean, they need to be able to just have guerrilla warfare, take what they can get in this next round.
It does look like we have a little bit of a pause coming out right off the bat here. I'm not sure if this might be a technical issue, but Astralis, if they can just continue in the suit that they've been following, I mean, they're going to run away with this CT half.
Do you hear that?
What?
That's the water mill. I hear the water mill.
Oh, you can hear the water mill in your headset?
Yeah.
Is it soothing to you, Dallas?
It's very soothing.
It's soothing?
It's like having one of those water fountains. It's having one of those water fountains in your living room right now, ladies and gentlemen.
I've never actually seen one of those with my own eyes.
A water mill.
And is that the technical term?
I would assume so, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's 2019, but...
All right, and it does look like freeze time is coming undone here, so we are going to go underway again. Astralis, well, they've spent almost every dollar in efforts to buy into this round. They still got a little bit of cash hanging around. Glaive sitting on 2.4. But really, looking at Liquid, this is an opportunity for them to get another round on the board and avoid being economically reset.
Yeah, hopefully if Liquid don't win this round, it's not only the water mill as well that's giving Liquid a paddling, it's also Astralis that's giving them a paddling. So this is Glaive pushing ahead, very similar to what we saw before. Usually a flashbang was preemptive to that. Instead, it's rather dry. He is getting some support with some cover fire over the top of this one, but they actually trade positions, passing like ships in the night. Now they recognize that something's amiss. The spray from Glaive, he's down to his sidearm as well. He's lost his support. And Nap, who seems to be the saving grace for Liquid.
They forgot bomb.
Well, I mean, it's still very early on in the round, but I mean, the rotations are coming.
That's just drawing more time. They already smoked off the CT spawn area, so that's going to start fading. The rotations have come over, but they've left Magisk towards that A area here, and they're just attacking it very quickly from the Liquid side.
Well, Liquid do at least have the grace that Astralis' defense has reset. Magisk is playing solo, and nobody's checking the top box at Ninja. Again, Naf saving grace. This time would have to ace this round out. And he's lined up the shot, but he can't quite get the aiming down sight quickly enough. And it is indeed a very harsh eco reset.
Yeah, the silver lining on that round is they did get the bomb down, so a couple extra dollars in their pockets there, but unfortunately Stewie catches the nade down towards Banana very early on. The aggression as well drops Stewie, then we see Elish pull in with that UMP, forces the smoke, doesn't realize there's a player towards logs, that player trades him out. Yeah, Naf comes in and picks up 2 kills very quickly, but they forgot the bomb in T-spawn, so they couldn't react towards that Banana being open right away.
Yeah, it basically took away the initiative that they had earned in Banana. Their hand was forced, and we're going to have to force them to reset their defense. So it's a 7-1 offsuit, and it's not looking good. Hopefully Liquid can make that 7-2 offsuit, but it's not looking pretty with Deagles and a P250 against the likes of high-caliber weapons. Oh, Nap's got higher caliber. 50 cal, looking for the second, but Dupree finds a soft, squishy target in front of him. Elige will carry his honor forward with the Deagle souvenired, and into the apartments he goes.
Very slow round out of Liquid here. Elige now making his way down towards this boiler. It does seem like he wants to peer on towards lane. He's not going to find any action as Astralis have gone into a passive setup towards the A-bomb site, leaving only one member, and that's going to be Glaive towards B.
They're going to need another 1 Deag at least to give them hope, because it's going to come down to the entry. What's expected is Liquid lose 2 for probably catching 1 player from Astralis. That would be really average. But you have 3 defenders to this A site. They've at least forced Zipnik's off angle. He's got plenty left in the magazine. And the crossfire now is showing its presence. So not even a single kill for Liquid there in their eco round.
They did pick up device with that great one.
Oh, sorry, yeah, they're right.
Once
the
attack started to develop,
right.
I know what you mean. Once the attack started to develop, nothing really going Liquid's way there. That was a great setup towards the arch, towards the moto from Astralis, essentially shutting it down before it even began. And as we move into yet another, what looks to be just a force buy out of Liquid here. So they're actually not going to go for those AKs. They're going to favor a little bit more utility. I assume they want the op on the field as well. This is going to give another opportunity for Astralis here to pick up their 9th. Start running away with this half.
Yeah, Liquid really want a bomb plant right here. And they push up alt mid. I don't think they really had the utility to even like molly off the apartments in the window in case the Astralis were going to play quickly into boiler. Astralis used their utility to delay things as they should, because this is Inferno, and usually this map plays very, very, very slowly. Liquid have taken these rounds into the waning seconds of it, with 20 seconds before they execute, but it always seems to be Astralis that comes out on top of those trades. They at least own brackets, and they push right almost into the exact same situation. Here comes the crossfire setup from Device. Again, there is a smoke blocking this angle. Double dink headshot for Nitro. Well done. And a difficult angle for Glaive to be able to connect on that one. Wisely starts to back out. He's going to get overwhelmed. Some important kills coming in. In fact, there's going to be an AUG recovered. He doesn't have much health to back it up.
Yeah, the scary part here is Astralis hasn't really started to generate too much money. Even though we see an 8-1 lead here, they're all still around, well, with the exception of Glaive once again, all still around that 2K, that 3K mark. So for Liquid, any kills that they can find will be instrumental to the progression of their T-side half.
They've gotten themselves over to the site. Naf needs this bomb plant. We talked about how important this bomb plant is going to be. And that Molotov was the denier as he was forced out into the angle. The crowd is, I think the crowd's fan of the chickens.
Stop hurting
so
the chickens.
far, right? Yeah. What is this? Game's done quick. Kill the animals, save the animals.
All right, and as we do move into yet another gun round, or what will be Liquid's first gun round in quite a while, I'd say 2 rounds in a row they saved once again in favor of, you know, getting pure utility on everybody. You see the double flashes, you see the smokes, you see the Molotovs here, and Elige, well, he's going to drop a Molotov towards Car. That's going to keep the CTs at bay for the time being here, but I wouldn't count Astralis out on re-aggressing down towards that Banana.
Yeah, that's worked for them flawlessly so far. Whether it's just rifle support behind it or flash grenade support with it. But they do something similar that we've seen before. 3 initial players to the B site and back off a shade. Early aggression, nice pre-fire angles, and through the wall, knocking both Device and Magus down into the 40s. And Liquid, who have been playing for picks for quite some time, just out of range of those picks right now, but they've done enough chip damage, they could make it work. Now what utility do they have to possibly make some kind of default execute? That should be all that's needed. Glaive is going to be your solo defender to the B site right now as Astralis put most of their eggs in one basket.
Glaive now does have just a flashbang on him, so that flashbang just delaying the CTs not really for a long, or the T's not really for a long period of time here. They are making their way up towards the top of Banana. They're getting ready for the smoke execute, but look at the two rotators coming in from the Astralis side.
Oh no, he couldn't quite run. He stubs his toe on the floor. Zipnix turns back. He'll take one. His device now gives support, but it's a target-rich environment. Naf, again, last man standing, needs some kind of massive clutch. He will plant the bomb at first oranges and tuck himself over towards dark. Magisk and Debris working together from different angles, CT and Banana. And they'll work methodically to clear this up, but they've only got one flashbang to work with one another. Plenty of time. They've got the kit in play as well. They'll be able to spot Naf shortly, and they do. Now, it's going to be a push-up quickly through CT. There's that flash right into his eyes. He's got nowhere left to run. Bomb will be defused, and Astralis make these retakes look solid, but the plants are coming here and there. You know, it's kind of salt and peppered in there just a bit, but it's not enough for Liquid.
Yeah, that was great out of Dupree there. Just taking his time towards that Banana area. Just a couple shots going in, baiting that contact. He gets the contact initially. The pop flash comes in. That's when he takes advantage of it, moving right into the site, getting into a more advantageous position, and he's able to take down Naf quite easily and get the defuse on the
I love how quickly they painted him into that corner.
Well, Naf made the play himself, right?
Right.
He dropped the smoke towards Tribox in efforts to kind of distract. You know what I mean?
He didn't know how close they were to rotating.
Exactly.
And that's another thing, is how quickly we've seen Astralis rotate on this. They're a very fluid team. They're always going with 3 to be early, then they're bouncing back, and they're shifting those players back and forth based on the grenade counts that are coming over the walls. I mean, they're counting 2 flashes. Okay, let's move these 2 guys rotating over quickly, but it's just Glaive that's that anchor to the B site, and he's usually playing advanced, so he's early warning if they come through the front door anyways.
Yep. And it does look like Liquid now, as we have a 10-1 scoreline. They're saying, guys, we got to get some rounds on the board. They're going to buy up. We're going to see Galil and the UMP, Stewie 2K, and Nitro respectively having them. And Astralis now with this early Banana aggression, well, they've taken it. It's theirs. It's on Liquid now to push them back.
And a fantastic grenade, too. Right in Stewie's lap. With armor, it hits him for 40. And Liquid still holding on to mid, but this is territory that, I mean, this is what they should own every time, but they never really feel comfortable here. You could see that Stewie's way back towards T-spawn. And here comes the push. Magisk gets one. He will fall and gets traded out. Quickly so, a smoke will separate the skirmish, and maybe they push and wrap in, but look, they're surrounded by the CTs. Device from the backside of Library, looking for more, aggressively peeking. Nitro punishes. Glaive now lines up his target, and he misses. Everybody one at a time, and it's Zipnix that shows that he can stand alone, but Stewie, who was wounded early on, is in a 1v1. He's got plenty of time, and the bomb's in front of him. Right now, Zipnix stands at it.
Can he do it? The new member of Liquid now peeking towards this arch side. Zipnix waiting for him to peek on this. A couple shots fired. Stewie's going to smoke it off now. Be able to recover the bomb. That's a great Molotov into Library as well. Where does he go from here?
He's got it. He's made his way with the bomb. It's not enough time. Actually, Zipnix might think that he runs towards B, but he'll just park himself, stay into the Library. Bomb will be planted. It's quickly enough so that he should know it's A. He'll turn back for this. 2 wounded players. Liquid desperately needing rounds. Stewie sitting tight. He'll shift his way around. Actually, a really atypical position. Does Zipnix expect? He is shoulder peeking. The molly comes right into his face, and Stewie holds tight. A 2v1 clutch, and puts 2 onto the board for Liquid.
Great force buy out of the Liquid side, just knowing that they had to get some rounds on the board. And you know what? In that 1v2, or sorry, that 1v2, yeah, we are going to see Stewie with some great nade work. Smoking off the arch, Molotoving into the Library, able to recover the bomb, reset his positioning. And you know what? He's going to get Liquid their second here, and a tremendous effort from him as we near the end of their T-side campaign.
Yeah, this Liquid cannot afford another late eco reset. I mean, this is round 13 now. Eco reset here would be devastating. The flames tickling at Elige right now, but he will be safe, hiding behind the logs in the tree. He'll come back out, looking for a fight. Another molly comes in, dials in. He'll have to use a smoke here. He does have an angle over the top of this one as well. They seem to know where he's at. So much utility has been traded, but mostly in favor of Astralis. Glaive takes this fight, and he's finally lost this fight. He's won that one 3 times so far tonight. He'll fall, and it's actually Zipnix that is now back to the site.
Quite a bit of damage being done as Stewie is now down to 57, Elige on 50 as well. Liquid have taken banana control, but by the looks of it, they're favoring that A bomb site as we do see the bomb now moving towards the halls area as 2 more members pinching up towards middle.
Liquid have bounced back and forth between sites many times so far. And I wouldn't doubt it if they start to see, like, if they lose their first body on entry here, they might even back off yet again. Dupree looking to give somebody a new dental plan. Harasses, though. A couple pieces of damage, but Magis finishes the job, and they both are extinguished. Now it's 4v2, and Astralis' money is not all that hot. Even being up 10-2 and soon to be 10-3, saving in this situation is as good as it's going to get.
Yeah, and honestly, right there, Liquid, they are able to capitalize on the fact that there's a Mag 7 playing Boiler. We do see the peak come out, but unfortunately, it doesn't make any contact onto Nitro there. We actually have Magisk, who has to kill him and give away his position. At that point, the members of Liquid that are grouped up towards the balcony, they just wide swing on him. That's an easy opening. The lane guy with a Mag 7 moves back into sight. There's not really much going on for him there. And Liquid, well, they're going to see their 3rd on the board now.
So let's say this ends up being a 10-5. Liquid are able to right the ship a little bit towards the end of it. But is it too far? I mean, when you're playing against Astralis and you're 10-5, is it giving them too much ground?
Definitely not. I mean, when you move on to your CT side of Inferno, it is so much easier to control the pace of the game, control how the game is played. So yeah, if Liquid end up at that 10-5 scoreline moving on to CT, they still have a very good chance of taking this first map home.
So we'll take another timeout and figure out how Liquid could possibly come up against this armor that Astralis have put up. They have found a couple weaknesses into it, and especially now that the money has dried up. They were able to save 2 weapons out of that last round. Maybe they can share some of the love that they've got and put some mortar between the bricks. And the crowd is going to give Liquid a little bit more energy. Looks like that mortar between the bricks is just some extra pistols, but utility favored, though.
Yeah, especially on a map like Inferno. We saw it very early on. Astralis doing some great nade work, some great delaying, forced Liquid to hit sites with 30 seconds, with 10 seconds left on the clock. So the fact that they've got plenty of utility moving into this round makes it very scary for the Liquid side if they don't get aggressive early on.
Oh, it's very fast. Sipnix quickly with a UMP. That was the only, well, I guess the CZ is an automatic weapon. Only firing the 9mm. Stewie now pokes his way out. And that was a quick shot. And Liquid seems to be getting their boots a little bit too muddy right now. Losing 2 for 2. And now a 3rd as well. The AWP can do a lot of work. That flashbang disconnecting Astralis from those angles that they had just held and made Liquid bleed a little bit more. Cleaning up the map as they may, I would say they probably want to throw some of those rifles overboard once they clear their 6 o'clock.
Right now, Magisk has aggressed towards the halls. Look at his positioning right now. He's able to watch that middle retake there. Is Nitro going to be able to check this? He doesn't, and that's a kill going the way of Astralis now. It's all on to Naf once again. He's going to get caught with a knife out, and Dupree is going to end the round and put Astralis on 11 here, Dallas.
The UMP starts it. The AWP has a little bit of a statement in the middle, and then the pistols finish the job. And I just love that Deagle drive-by in alt mid. And you're right, he was able to at least plug up that side of things. And it's been a tough road for Liquid. Struggling to get consecutive rounds going their favor. They've gotten 3 so far. They're into the last round of this first half, and Astralis are showing that, you know, they fix things when it comes to the weaknesses that they showed against Ghost.
Does look like Astralis not really favoring that banana aggression we've seen them do so often here. Just taking a little gingerly pace down towards it now. Zipex is going to go down off the missed shot there from Glaive here, and that's going to give Liquid the opportunity now to move into that banana area, claim that for themselves here, and move on to other parts of the map as this round progresses.
So I don't know if we've seen Glaive really put into this position before. He's always been favored to sight side if he's alone, or he's advanced on Banana to be like that early warning I've talked about. So Liquid show presence here, and we've talked about how Astralis has been very fluid. I would say Liquid, but they're very fluid in the way that they rotate players across the map. You'll see them doubling back now away from that B site to correctly meet Liquid at the front lines. We do hold a man advantage, but you gotta remember Nitro's a little bit shortened with the CZ. A little bit of an angle through the smoke, and Device will pick up that next kill after Dupree's kill of his own, earning the man advantage back for Astralis' side. Twist sneaks through that one. Device tried to turn away from a flashbang that wasn't there. He picks up two. It goes back and forth. Where it will stop, no one knows. They've made their way back to the B site, and they've abused the fact that Astralis rotates so often.
That was beautiful out of Liquid, forcing into that A bomb site. Twist is the one that really makes that happen with 2 kills that bring over the Astralis members, allowing Liquid to get into that B bomb site now, and we are going to see the post-plant scenario arise.
As back and forth this round has been, it's come back down to even strength. Magisk wounded. Oh, 2 healthy players for Liquid. They search. Glaive is just drawing attention towards the CT side of things all the while. Magisk starts to stomp his way in. Glaive spots one target, calls it out. Magisk will dial in the shots. It's all Elige right now. He's exposed to 2, but he'll take care of 1. Now he wants to play with the clock a little bit, but Glaive pushes the issue. Will be able to defuse the bomb, and they take that last round of the half just in time. 12-3. Strong showing from Astralis.
By the skin of their teeth, they were able to get that round.
Yeah.
It was very close. Great play there at the end from Elige, just staying, trying to pillar, trying to stay alive there. A couple more seconds, he most likely would have had that round, but it will be Astralis with a tremendous lead going into this second half.
Yeah, second half needs to be a completely different animal for Liquid. You talked about their CT side that can control the pace of things, but when it gets down into the dirtiness of a pistol round, you know, it's up in the air. Nobody has those ops that the CT side, or all that utility especially, to slow things down, bog down Astralis' aggression.
Just to begin this round, we are seeing Glaive with the utility a little fast towards the banana right now, and Liquid's going to force right back. Stewie getting caught off 3 terrorists in different positions there, just too many targets for him to aim at. And it will be Astralis now moving towards the top of banana, forcing back those CTs, even drawing a rotator over from A, as Elige now moving down towards these halls.
Oh, what a jump from Sipnix. Right at him. That'll open up A. Sadly for Liquid, nobody's home now.
Yeah, and that Moto smoke coming down as well. It's going to delay that retake even more here. Glaive getting that bomb down as well. Look at the positioning of the Astralis members. It's a 3-on-5. Will Liquid be able to do this?
They got a kit, but they're hoping that Moto smoke finally fades, so they'll at least be able to see some targets, but there's so many targets. Oh, well, Moto smoke's back in play.
Oh, and there it is.
Right, they're gone. Hold on to that armor, hold on to that kit. And Astralis recognize this. They'll try and chase one. Dupree dies in the process of doing so. That's unfortunate. Twist just takes a little bit of damage to his armor, so you'd have to full buy that armor back. It'd be expensive. And Liquid will just collect themselves for the next round, holding on to some armor, a kit as well. Possibly a little bit more behind it, soon to follow.
Yeah, unfortunately a very lackluster start here out of Liquid on this first map. Not really able to find any momentum, anything going really. Astralis having the answer for everything that Liquid's thrown at them here. And it will be another pistol round to just add on top of it.
Yeah. So let's see what gets purchased. Liquid, a little disheartened from that first half. Moving ahead. They do buy up behind it. Mag 7 in play. That's the biggest piece of firepower you got, included with the Deagle as well. Stewie owns that one.
Plenty of utility, however, on the Liquid side. They've got 4 smokes across the field, so if they can keep Astralis from really taking anything too early on here, whether it be B, whether it be middle, if we get near that 45-second, that 50-second mark on the round, those smokes are going to come in handy.
Yeah, that utility is eclipsed, though, by Astralis' own, obviously so.
Definitely.
Got plenty. It's all SMGs, all the way down. So they'll make a little bit of extra cash back their direction. Smoke for smoke, actually 2-for-1 sale. At least Liquid are on the favorable side of that trade. But again, Astralis have just such a bank of utility to expend themselves. It's going to be all up to Stewie and Naf to defend this B site themselves. A shotgun and a Deagle in play.
All right, and lining up smokes for this B execute. That lineup on top of that half wall is going to hit that dark spot, that emo spot that Glaive's about to throw. Stewie now with that deagle in hand, and we have a player on top of first oranges with a mag 7.
Oh, and the grenade right on him for 50. Naf does have the first, and he's wounded the next as well. I'd say that's worth it. But Stewie needed to be able to connect at least to the wounded player. Pistols are on their way, spraying over towards water. Nobody's made it quite that far yet. They start to leak their way onto the site. Returning fire as they start to get whiffs of each other through that smoke. It will fade, and they've been reduced back down towards construction and back towards CT.
Glaive actually gets him through that stained glass window there, just starts firing the UMP right in towards that construction area, is able to pick up a kill. And Astralis with a very nice B hit against the force buy from Liquid. It's going to find them their 14th round, 2 rounds away from taking this first map of this BO3 series.
I like that from Astralis, trading that utility into that. They know if Liquid have force bought into that round, the utility is not going to be as deep, so they'll trade. It'll make it look very convincing with multi-smokes.
Well, Liquid, they say, you know what? We're not going to play for OT. We're not going to save in the efforts to hopefully get a strong gun round out. They're going to force buy right back up here. They've got 4 CZs and a Mag 10 on the, or Mag 7 on the field, as Dupree has made his way towards the end of halls here alongside Zipex.
Yeah, like you said, Liquid not playing for that overtime. Oh! He'll scream out of that one, and Dupree will just dial in the shots from top down. And yes, that is the A site. They do have Nitro in town, at least he's in the same zip code. Company is starting to arrive, but Liquid trying to play to stop Astralis now. It's just such a long road, a long and arduous battle in front of them that I think it's a bridge too far. It's just a bit much. Still utility in play for Astralis, so when they do take this site, it should be a piece of cake. The MP9 is, or sorry, MP5 is a little bit of a prize, but you've got very armored targets out in front of you with a wall of smoke.
Fortunately, Liquid very hard pressed on this retake right now. Nitro's got himself in a great position, but you know who's watching it? Well, that's going to be Dupree. Nice little nade from Glaive onto Naf right now, and Liquid, they're not finding anything on this retake.
He's got one with that SMG. He'll look down for a second, which he's got. Bomb's too far gone, unless there's a kid on the ground somewhere. He goes for the touch. He's just trying to draw Glaive in closer for an extra bonus kill, but 15-3, likely more coming because Liquid have invested multiple times. They'll have to essentially get more of the same. They do have one AUG, it looks like.
Yeah, that's due to the fact that Nitro was able to pick up those 2 kills with the MP5 there in that round. It's going to give him a little bit more cash than his teammates here, and it's going to net him an AUG going into what could be the final round of this first map.
That's right. The Nova is in play. My favorite shotgun. You can hunt chickens with it. In Inferno. Good grenade in. Hits Magisk a little bit more than 30. They'll trade those grenades right back. Naf is burning up. That first grenade concussed him. And he burned for more. Stewie, 1 kill and looking for more. Just peeking an instance around the corner. He will get some support to fall back safely so. It cost them a lot of hit points, but that's more than worth it.
Yeah, a couple members of Liquid now forced into that passive play. We are going to see Astralis now moving towards the middle area, smoking off that left side, just going through the motions of that mid control right now as we near the minute mark on the round.
Well, they heard the AUG start to just chirp out over towards the arch side. If they wrap in towards the site, there's a little bit of a stack on that site. Twist and Liege, basically on top of one another. And there are plenty of Astralis players around. They're waiting to see if somebody oversteps their bounds for an early peek, because they know there's that first shotgun right now.
Are they going to check this corner here? They should. There's no way they don't check this corner.
Oh, first my shot. He's got them both. He'll duck back in safely so as well. The flashbang will give him another repeat if he wants it. He doesn't have to do it. He just needs to stay alive at 4 HP. The clock is still plenty of time for Astralis to be able to flirt with this idea of clearing the site. But there's a surprise on site. There's the first. They don't check for the second. The bomb's down, and Elige gets it done at range with the MP9. Liquid get a little bit cheeky on that round. I think what it was that first shotgun shot rang out at Banana. from Stewie, got that kill and a half a kill on top of that. And now they were worried about all these close angles. They were really scared about it. They didn't check that cubby close.
Yeah, that cubby was definitely the biter of that round for the Astralis side. Nitro, some great positioning, a risky spot, gives them high reward in that situation. And then the double up setup from Liquid within the site. Yeah, they end up getting the entry kill, but there's the second member, Elish, standing right there. And Astralis was not expecting that. Elish takes full advantage of it. And it's going to get Liquid their 4th round.
A lot of players up front, but they're peeking one at a time. Nitro comes out and at least gets a return kill on this. But Astralis know that there's no way there were 4 players on this site this early. They took 2 down, and now they start to threaten this angle. So Flashbang comes in and blinds the initial player, but they start to creep their way out, covering their eyes. A 2-on-4 situation, and Liquid are going to have to yield back, I think, but Elish pushes ahead. Not going to collect himself. I thought he would try and stay alive long enough for Twist to arrive and they could at least play off of one another. Instead is left in a 1v4, now 3. Nothing to lose.
He does have a kit, so he can take his time here, look for any overextending tees. But it does look like Astralis is going to play this one fully passive, smoking off that spawn as well. Twist has his work cut out for him, and that bomb is ticking away ever so slowly.
Smoke is such a problem for him right now. Nobody's going to be peeking that angle. He shoves out, and Device shoves him back. And it is Astralis that take map 1.